Good day everyone, this is Jebros Tech. Thanks for coming back to my channel again. For those who have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. And if you have not hit the notification bell, please hit it now so that you get notified every time I drop a video. And for our new subscribers, thank you. And for those who have not subscribed, please subscribe so that you'll be able to get wonderful content. So thank you. This is a channel we are dedicated to teaching you and adding value to you. We give you valuable information, very credible information, and we don't just do that, we also teach you how to apply the information, which is called wisdom. You know how to apply something you've learned also. So wow, I'm so excited about today. We are going to start our basics programming tutorial. So I'm welcoming you officially to the first set of tutorial, the first tutorial we are going to have, and it's going to be on HTML, the first language every programmer, every beginner in programming has to learn before learning all those other ones. So today we'll be having our basic programming tutorial, and the first tutorial will be HTML. So we are starting our HTML today. So without further ado, let's jump right in, right? Okay. So today we'll be starting under HTML. We'll be starting first with structure, the structure of HTML. So things we'll be learning today will understand the structure of HTML, which has to do with the syntax of HTML. Then we'll also understand learning of markup. Then we'll also learn a little about their tags and elements. So basically this is what we're going to be doing today, and I assure you I'm going to try my possible best to break this down. Programming is not hard, it's the way it is being explained, but I'll try my possible best to explain it to you the barest minimum so that all of us will be able to comprehend and move along together. Okay, before that, let's look at a basic web page. Okay, this right here is a website which contains the main heading, the subheading, and another heading. Though it does not have all the pleasantries like the colors and all the rest, but this is a basic website. So in this website, everything you see here has a name. So we are going to be learning all those names and how is it structured like this. Why does it have this kind of syntax? We are going to be learning that. Okay. So before we go on, we would like to know the full meaning of HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Markup Language. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Markup Language. So that's the full meaning of HTML. Okay. So it is used to develop web pages. Yeah. So this language was created by Berners-Lee in 1991. Berners-Lee. I hope I pronounced that correctly. In 1990. Yeah. So before we begin writing code, as all of us are expecting, we have to meet up the basic requirements to be able to write a HTML code. So the requirements will be, the first thing we'll be needing a code editor. A code editor, which can be your notepad on your phone or your laptop if you are using a laptop, or Notepad++. Notepad++. Basically, you could just go on Google Play Store and type code editor for HTML, and there are numerous of them which you can use, but I recommend this. If you have this one, it's okay. If you have these two, it's okay. And me, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be using a code editor called Acode. Yeah, Acode is a very nice code editor. I will leave the link of this app in the description below, so that for those of you who want to use it also will be able to download it. Okay, that's the first requirement we'll be needing for today, and then we'll also go through how to create directories. And files that will be saving our work so that it can be displayed on the web browser. We'll also learn how to navigate through those files and directories, and we'll also understand extensions. I'll be explaining all these things, don't panic. Yeah, the first one, the code editor. So HTML cannot just be written on your phone anyhow. You will need a notepad or a bookpad or any other code editor. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be using Acode right here. And then we'll also learn how to create directories and files. Then we'll also know how to navigate through these things so that we don't spend so much time on little things. Then we'll also learn about extensions. So the first one, the code editor. Let me show you my own code editor environment. So this is how, if you downloaded the Acode, this how, if you open it, this how it will look like, the environment. And right here is where you write your code. It's written one up here. The environment, that's where you write your code. And then that's basically about code editors. Then we'll be learning how to create directories. So before you write your HTML code, you are expected to create a folder in which you will save the file that you are going to write your code in. You have to create a folder that you will save the file that you are going to write your HTML code in. So what you will do now is you are going to create the folder that we are going to be writing, we're saving our file inside. So the first, you click on the three buttons up here at the top right corner of your phone. You click on it, then click on new file, and then okay, let's learn how to create a folder first. Okay, all the same, click on new file. Okay, let's say HTML tutorial .html and click on OK. I'm going to explain in a few minutes why it's .html. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to explain that. So now that we've created our file, we need to save it in a folder so that we'll be able to write our code, so that it will display on the web browser. So for us to create a folder, you also click on that three buttons at the top right corner of your phone, and then click on save. So when you click on save, right here I've created a folder here already. It's called Acode folder, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to create another folder. And so we'll create another folder. You click on this plus sign up here. Okay, so you click on new folder. Okay, let's say subscribe. That's the folder we've created. We click OK. Then we'll click on the folder we've created, and then Down below on your phone you will see save here. You click on save here, and that's all. Your file has been saved in your folder. So we've learned how to create a file so that we can write our HTML in, and we also learned how to create a folder to save our HTML file. So now let's go back. The next thing we are going to learn is the extensions. We've learned how to navigate. We've also learned how to create directories and files. Now we are going to learn how to create. We are going to learn about a little about extensions. So I know we've been watching movies, we've been listening to music, and we've read PDFs. So you've come across something like, let's say, okay, let's say we have a music titled Work. So when you are downloading this music, you will see something like work.mp3. Then let's say this work was a movie, you will see something like work.mp4. Yeah, this right here, .mp3.mp4 are called extensions. Extensions are the one that define the format of the file you are going to download. So whenever you see .mp3, you know that you are going to download an audio file. But if it is .mp4, you are going to download a video file. So in terms of pictures, you'll be seeing stuff like something like, let's say the name of the picture is pics.jpg, that is JPEG file, or you'll be seeing pics.png. So, and this .jpg, .png, .mp4, .mp3, they are all called extensions. They are extensions. So when you see .jpg, you should know that that's a picture definitely, or .png or .gif, pics.gif. There are a lot of them. You can go and research on them. So why we are going to learn these extensions is very important, because we're going to be needing them. Like, for you to create a HTML file, you have to name it. So, and that name has to end with .html, so that your computer or laptop or web browser will be able to recognize that, okay, you are going to write a HTML file. Okay, if it's a CSS, it will be .css. If it's JavaScript, it will be .js. If it's a Python, .js. If it's Python, this autocorrect is putting me inside trouble. If it's Python, it will be .py, and on and on and on and on like that. So whenever you create a file and you want to write your HTML code inside, let's say the name of your file is subscribe. When you now put .html, that has become a HTML file, and the web browser will be able to recognize that, okay, John is about to write HTML code. Okay, so that's all about extensions. So we are now going to be looking at the HTML syntax. Okay, getting back to our code editor, this is the HTML syntax. HTML syntax, HTML syntax. This the process or the procedure or the process in which a code in HTML should be written. So it needs to have a HTML opening and closing tag, the head tag and the body tag, the elements and the rest. So let me quickly explain what tags and elements are, then we'll come back to write our code. So in HTML syntax, we are going to have what we call elements, and we are going to be having what is called tags. So HTML tags. Tags are made up of opening and closing tags. So if you have something like the head tag, like we saw in the syntax, HTML tag, the head, and whenever you want to close a tag in HTML, you have a forward slash like that, then the head again, then you close it. So that's the head tag. So anything you see that has a greater than and a less than sign, all these black brackets that are closing it up, they are called tags. Then inside the tags we have elements. Inside the tags we have elements. Inside the tags we have elements. The head inside the tags, the word head is called an element. So basically an element is made up of two tags, which are the opening and closing tags. So whenever I'm mentioning elements and I'm mentioning tags in the HTML syntax, we shouldn't be amazed or perplexed. This is what I actually mean. So going back to our A code, we have the basic structure any HTML code should follow. So we have the HTML opening tag and the HTML closing tag, the HTML opening tag and the HTML closing tag right here. So how we are able to know that this one is a closing tag and this one is an opening tag? If you see this one, it has a forward slash before the HTML to show you that it is a closing tag, and this one has no forward slash to show you that it is an opening tag, right? Then we also have the head tag right here. We have the head tag. Okay, the head tag has something that is missing. Let's put it there. We have the head tag. So inside the head tag we have the title tag where you put your title. Let's see something how to open. Okay, let me show you something quickly. And inside the title we have something like HTML tutorial series. So when I open this in a browser, you see something. So in that search bar where you always search your results, you will see something like HTML tutorial. So anytime you write a title, you write your title tag, that is where it's going to appear. That is where it's going to appear, right? So next we have the body tag. By the way, this is the closing tag of the head. We also have the body tag and the closing body tag, and inside this body tag, this is where we write our HTML code. Our HTML code, the way we saw in the picture right here, I'm going to show you. So this area here, this area where you see this main heading, this is where anything you write inside the body tag, this is where it's going to appear. Let me just show you something quickly. Anything I write inside this body tag is going to appear right here. Going to appear in this white area right here, this big white area right here. So let's just write something there and see. Please subscribe and hit the notification. So wow, it has appeared there.